Hey guys, this is going to be another longer form Borderlands 3 info video covering all the news that has been released in the past few weeks. I'm still trying to catch up, so bear with me till I get right back up to where we were. But before I get into the Borderlands news, we have to talk about Amino, who is today's video sponsor, and we actually partnered to host a giveaway for you guys, but I'll get into that a little later. Amino is a free app that you guys can go and download right now to get exclusive videos I will be making. I already have a video up covering some of the returning characters in Borderlands 3. It's a really cool video format that I don't get to use that often. They're like if Instagram stories and YouTube videos had a baby. They are fast-paced content, but with the normal production of a YouTube video. To check out my current video, go to my Amino profile with either the link in the description or it will be the pinned comment as well. My channel is at Hayder. Then once you download the app, you can go to the search bar and search my channel and watch my videos. So speaking more about the giveaway, Amino and I have partnered to host a $50 Steam gift card giveaway for you guys. If you guys aren't PC players though, we can definitely make it work where you can get an Xbox gift card or a PlayStation gift card. But all you have to do to enter is use the link in the description and go to my Amino page. Follow my profile on Amino, leave a comment on my most recent story, and vote on the poll at the end of the story. And then you'll be entered. The winner of this giveaway will be picked on August 20th. While you're on the app though, you can join the already established Borderlands community with over 6,000 members and check out other content as well. I really like Samuel Adams' story covering the Borderlands movie news, which I also covered on my channel not too long ago. So that's why I'm going to stop talking about that, and I hope to see you guys over there. So with the Borderlands 3 news, let's start with the Pandora guide by Claptrap. I already covered when the Promethea information was revealed, so we got the planet guide and some new pictures online, but for Pandora, I definitely missed that. In the clip, we see Steve make his return to Borderlands, and it feels very reminiscent to the Claptrap web series that was made to promote Borderlands. The engine looks great, especially just all the attention to detail with Steve holding a Children of the Vault weapon. I'm a big fan of this type of series, and I really like these commercials. We also got an updated description on the Borderlands website for Pandora that reads, quote, "A barely habitable rock that the Children of the Vault have made their homeworld. Pandora's searing hot deserts, vicious wildlife, and burgeoning bandit population have proved too much for all those who have tried to tame the planet and exploit its resources. The ruins of Dahl, Atlas, and Hyperion facilities litter the landscape, inhabited by all manner of skags, rak, varkets, and spider ants that are intent on eating and killing you, usually in that order." And the three areas they show off in the map are the Sun Smasher Camp, the Holy Broadcast Center, and Roland's Nest. I hope Roland's Nest might be referring to where we meet the B-Team mercenaries. The B-Team mercenaries being Tina, Brick, and Mordecai, their new mercenary group that they formed after Borderlands 2. Roland definitely seems like it could refer to Tina, and the nest could be named after Mordecai's fallen bird, Bloodwing. I think it'd be a nice way to kind of tie up Pandora and a nice callback for fans of the series. Going further, we also got some new screenshots showing off Pandora. The first picture shows off an updated spider ant in front of a huge structure. We also get a picture in the front of the broadcast center. We have seen this through the gameplay demo so far, and one cool thing I didn't notice before is on the side we can see some graffiti with the Calypso twins with the word holy around it. The next picture shows a few racks, and it looks like in the background it might also be the antenna for the broadcast center. So we get a picture of a skag, and the next picture looks like the beginning of the game, but instead it's at night instead of the day, most likely just showing off the day-night system that Gearbox worked a ton on for this game. Then we get another picture outside the same structure, close to the beginning of the game, but during the day instead of at night. We get some Var Kids and some more Children of the Vault propaganda in the background. The next thing I want to talk about is an interview from VentureBeat with Paul Sage, the creative director of Borderlands 3, and he explained why roses were chosen to be such a big push in the marketing and even made it on the cover of all versions of the game, and how they were originally added. He said, quote, "One of the interesting things, we had the art that you see out there where it has the cover art. There were roses put on that cover art as part of it. I think the roses just became a thing where when we saw the original part of the cover art, we said, you know what, wouldn't it be cool? This thing is so detail oriented. What if there was a little game associated with the art? They drew the characters and the roses, right? I don't know how old you are, but I had magazines I played with as a kid where it was about finding what was wrong with an image or finding something secret hidden there. The game was something like that. So going off that, they definitely have stayed very true to that and have continued to hide shift codes and other messages within the roses, and it's always the first place players start to look when Gearbox releases anything. On top of that, Borderlands 3 was finally rated by the ESRB for the US, and it has not been rated for PEGI yet, but on the ESRB website we can see the game has been rated M, which isn't too surprising, for blood, gore, intense violence, sexual themes, and strong language. We also see the game will have in-game purchases, which also isn't too surprising. Borderlands has always had these for the most part. But some of the more interesting things is they say, quote, some weapons cause enemies to explode into blood sprays and body parts. And they also say there's a birthday cake decorated with severed fingers. And some of the lines of dialogue they mention as well is, quote, looks like someone won't be getting a pre-coital foot rub, 2 rounds if you've got the juice, and a ton of just miscellaneous curse words all scattered in there. So none of this, as I said, should come as too big of a surprise, but it is nice to hear some of the dialogue we can look forward to, and if this game really will go back to Borderlands 1 levels of gore. After that, we got all the skins and gear that would be added in the Borderlands 3 Deluxe and Super Deluxe editions. Let's start with the Retro Cosmetic Pack. All the skins are red and black, and they look very early Atlas, definitely going back to the Atlas roots. We also get a skin for our Echo device that has that same kind of color, skins to use on our weapons, and skins for all the Vault Hunters. One thing I will point out is that Flak definitely looks the best, and this has to be the coolest skin I've seen so far on any Vault Hunter. The Gearbox Cosmetic Pack. This one includes a Gearbox weapon trinket. It does not include an Echo skin or Vault Hunter skins, but we do get weapon skins with a white and gray design, and they look very, very slick. Then we have the Neon Cosmetic Pack, which features a skeleton or skull in all the designs. The weapon trinket has a little skeleton with a green skull and ribcage. The Echo skin has a little neon skull and crossbones with an all black design. And finally we get all 4 Vault Hunter skins, which are black except for the yellow neon exoskeleton. But this one does not include any weapon skins, which is unfortunate. I think it would have been really cool to see what they could have done with it. After that is the Toy Box Weapon Pack. This includes a toy weapon trinket with a little neon green handgun. Then we get 5 unique toy guns with unique effects. They only show us 4, but in the corner they do mention that there is a toy grenade mod that is not pictured. It looks like the bottom 2 are water guns. They are called the Malawan Hyper Hydrator 5000, and I'm not sure what the top 2 are, but the top right has a ruler / measuring tape on it and the word girth, so obviously the jokes write themselves for those, but I am interested to see if these actually will be good or more just like actual toys, just something fun to play with when you first get the game. And finally, included in the Season Pass, you get the Butt Stallion Pack, and we can see 2 weapons included in that. One looks like it might be a launcher of sorts on the bottom, and the other looks like a handgun, both definitely Butt Stallion themed. And then we also get a trinket that comes with that as well. It looks like a lock of Butt Stallion's hair maybe. Once again, just all ties together, and definitely they make it worth it to pick up these extra editions of the game if you're going to be investing a lot of time into it. Then we get a few videos from Twitter. Their marketing people have been super on point lately with everything they've been releasing. So let's start off with a video showing off a Tediore weapon in Borderlands 3. The tweet said, quote, toss your Tediore weapon like a grenade to reload and watch it wreak havoc with one of the several different effects, including sprouting legs and pursuing nearby enemies. In the video itself, we can see the weapon is called the Expressed Fast Blast, and its gun 700,397,111. Obviously, them just still playing off that they have over 1 billion guns in game. It also says it becomes a turret when thrown and shoots the enemy while running around. So let's play the clip.
Or even if you fire through it, it'll add elemental types to that. Now, probably my favorite feature of Zane is the fact that Zane can use 2 action skills at one time.
After that, Borderlands 3 also jumped on the trend of Area 51 and all the memes around that, and they made a video showing off what the Borderlands version of Area 51 is. It's pretty self-explanatory, so let's just play the clip. This one's more for fun than anything else. There's not too much information in it other than just seeing more things in the game engine. And the last video we get was Gearbox showing off their Let's Make Some Mayhem hashtag on Twitter. In a video, we see a bandit riding on one of the new unicycle cars. It's just the one wheel. The bandit is driving it on the ground, while what I assume is Sanctuary 3 is taking off and leaving Pandora. Once again, not too much information, but just another really fun clip, perfect for Twitter. After that, friend of the channel Mentalmars interviewed a VFX artist at Gearbox Software who worked on Borderlands 3. I'll link the full article down below, and you guys should definitely check out that whole thing if you just want to read it all and get as much information as possible. I'm just going to break down a few of the questions that really stuck out to me while going through it. So the first said, drawing back from Battleborn, we saw that each faction had its own tone that defined their VFX. Does this also apply to Borderlands? For example, does each of the weapon manufacturers have their own style palette? He responded saying, quote, they do. It's more apparent with the Malawan weapons and enemies. Those are more in line with something you would see in anime. With the characters, FX were able to learn more universal with their general skills and unique within specific skills that represent their characters. If you look at the Siren and Beastmaster, their FX lean more towards magical and digital respectively. Another question said, which FX did you do and which ones are you most proud of? He said, quote, I did FX for Zane, the gore and blood stuff, the Skags in each of their elements, some of the Jabbermen, each of the Goliath types, the different psycho enemies, and some random environmental stuff like pipe sprays, porta potties, and fires. I'm most proud of Zane and the blood and gore stuff, especially. Getting those effects took the longest to get right with the most amount of R&D. He kept going, saying, what are some of the biggest problems you encountered and how did you handle them as an artist? He responded saying, quote, the biggest problem for me is creating an effect that also works with gameplay. An artist can spend hours or days making something that looks amazing, but once it goes in the game, if it doesn't work or impedes the player's view, it's a bad effect. So it's a challenge to find the balance of something looking awesome versus not stopping the flow of the game. For example, with Zane's shield, we realized that it was hard to see through during gameplay. I put a small window mask around the crosshair that sets the visibility of the shield to 0 at that point, so the player's vision isn't blocked when using a pistol or sniper rifle. It's a good quality of life implementation and something that I'm sure the player won't even notice. Then the last thing they say is, you mentioned that you worked on Zane's decoy VFX. First of all, it looks awesome and a step up from previous holograms in the series. What went into making such an effect? And he said, quote, thanks by the way, the decoy took me around 6 or 7 months to land on a version that I was happy with. Amongst numerous alterations and design changes, there was a bunch of little subtleties that I threw in there that's noticeable when the player looks closely at it if they ever get a chance. Like some of the offset reds and blues reminiscent of the old style 3D movies from the 80s. The type of films that were blurry if you took off the glasses. At first, it was your typical hologram looking type effect, a digital light blue, fuzzy edges because I had no idea where I was going with it. The look as it is now didn't start to take shape until I saw Valerian in the City of a Thousand Planets, the scene where the main character is a hologram, and that inspired me to go in its current direction. And the last major story I want to talk about is that Nerdist partnered with Gearbox and 2K to host the Museum of Mayhem at San Diego Comic-Con. And at the event, they had a photo booth where fans could wear a psycho mask and take pictures in front of the Jacob's Estate or Athena's. So we got a look at both of these logos within Nerdist video itself. It's not really huge news, but I just like seeing the logos. There are a ton more clearer pictures of people who are actually at the event. They aren't too hard to find. You guys can probably find them if you want really HD pictures. And we'll close out with 2 new vault codes. If you guys forgot what these codes are for, I will always put the identifier in the corners, which is the exact same one on the website. So both of these are vault codes, so they have the little vault square in the corner. They are both worth 250 points. One is power to the players, but it's not all spelt out. It's PWR, the number 2, and then PLYRS. And the other one is these pretzels suck. As I said, both of these are vault codes and both of these are worth 200 points. Thank you guys so much for watching. Huge shout out to Amino for sponsoring this video. Make sure you guys go check them out. They've been a huge help and definitely make these videos possible. Make sure to like and share this video though. Subscribe for all things Borderlands, and I will see you guys in the next one.